things come my way. Started to gyrate. I'm feeling good today. Yes, I'm feeling myself. Bad energy away. On top my own plantain. You won't come to block my way.
Hi everyone, welcome to Friday Check-In with Julie. I'm Juliet, your host, and yeah, as you can clearly see, the week has really been tough. I look a little homeless here, but that's okay because I made it and it's Friday. I did. So, I don't know. I don't know what to say. Like it was that bad. Like I don't know. It was just a lot of, I think my body shut down and was like, you are working nonstop, no days off. Why? And I was like, that's a really good question. But that was too late because by the time I realized that I think I was just physically and emotionally exhausted, I was already breaking down. So there's that. It's not good. Not good at all. I don't wish that on nobody. But God was fighting for me, guys. God was fighting for me. And I didn't realize that even when I wasn't fighting for myself, even when I was giving up on him, and I'm not saying I gave up on, but even when I was like, you know what? I'm tired. God was still there fighting for me. It's so crazy because I probably haven't now, like, and I'm going to give you a backstory of this. So in about a year, like since 2022, December, I was having like anxiety attacks, right? Actually, just they started in 2022. Just a couple of like anxiety attacks and stuff like that. Like, but it's not even like serious. It's just sometimes as an adult, we worry too much. We overthink stuff. It's nothing like that. Like, oh, this is worrisome or whatever. And I would like pray about it so much, and I'd be like, God, like just allow me to be calm. Allow me not to expect so much from myself. Allow me to accept that I'm not perfect. Allow me to be okay with things not being in place. I think also I'm a little OCD. Yes, I think I am. Just because when I walk into my house and I see a shoe out of place, that stresses me out. Like even I'm coming from work and I'm like, why is this? Who moved my table 2 centimeters to the left? That's me. That's how my brain works. So if when things are not in place, and even with work, I wasn't able to leave work at work. I would carry it at home, and then it's like my brain is just constantly worrying. And I prayed about it. I fasted about it, and I was like, God, why is it when I pray for other people, like you answer the prayer, but when I pray for myself, you're like, woo, Juliet, Satido. Nope, it's not happening. But anyway, and that was that. So last year, 2023, I was struggling with praying in general because I was like, maybe I keep asking all the time and God is like, bro, can you like chill? Can you like I know it doesn't make sense, but at the moment I was like, I don't know what to do. I think at this point I'm just nagging God, like God, like, you know what I mean? So I was like, maybe let's calm down on this, and then if it wants to go away, it'll go away. If not, it is what it is. And last year was pretty good. It was like, I'm not saying it went away, but like I said, God was fighting for me the whole time. He was still there fighting for me, whilst I wasn't even fighting for myself. So we go into this year and I come back from my yearly trip, I'm like, okay, I have goals. I need to get this shit done. Sorry for my language, but for real, I need to get back. Like, I need to work. Like, I need to put up my goals. Because I tell you what, last year, 0 goals. I was like, Juliet, your goal is to wake up and be alive and go back to sleep. That was my goal. Like, literally. As long as my son was alive, well taken care of, going to school, everything, like, that was it. And I remember talking to my husband. He's like, yeah, so what's up? Like, what you want to do? I say, I don't know. Like, I don't know. Because I don't even think what I want is what God wants for me. So how about I just exist? You know what I mean? So last year was kind of, I was riding a wave. And it's so weird that I remember 2022, 2021, 2020 vividly. But 2023, I rode a wave. Like, it's like part of my brain was like, we just don't want to think. We don't want to remember. We just don't want. Like, we're tired. And I was like, So anyway, I come back and obviously it's like thousands of like things waiting for me. And I tell you what, until now, March, I'm still catching up from work from December. Whoo, Lord, I know. Not that it wasn't done when I wasn't there. No, it's because I was telling myself, okay, I'll do this when I come back. Do you get what I mean? Like, you're like, I gotta go. Like, you know, like, you say, I'll do with it when I come back. I'll do it when I come back. And then now that I'm back, I'm like, oh, that's a lot of stuff I need to do anyway. And I think this week I kid you not, even getting out of bed was crazy. And let me tell you something. This is so weird, but I don't think that if I was anywhere else except Canada, I would have survived this week. Because nowhere else in this world has the resources to be able to help the way I needed help this week. You know? It was crazy. And then I was like, no way. It opened up even a whole different idea of what my goals are, what it is too that's actually lacking in these African countries of ours, no offense. But I don't think that, let's say what was going on, like, how I was feeling, and all the la da di da di da things that were happening this week happened, and I was, for example, in Zimbabwe. Oh my God. There is no way I would have come out of it. There's no way me and you would be having this conversation. No way. There are no resources back home that would be able to support the type of help I needed this week. And I'm not saying this in any sass way. I'm not saying this in any like rude way. I'm not saying this, but there is no way. So that's also another part or another lifestyle that we gotta breach, because I'm not the first person to ever feel overwhelmed and exhausted and drained and pouring from an empty cup. Like, I'm not the first one. But I kid you not, if I was at home, someone would have probably said, oh, Julia, just go to church and pray. And I'm not saying that it wouldn't have worked. But I'm also saying that there's more, that God helps those who help themselves. So if I just sit in the house and be like, God, yeah, I get he would hear me. But what am I doing to help myself? Those resources are not, I wouldn't have been able to find them anywhere else unless it's here. So yeah, that was an interesting one. But I just want to say that when you're going through something, it's sometimes a wake-up call. Sometimes God is saying, hey, you see where you're putting the energy? Are you getting the energy back? You see where you're focusing all your strength? Are you also taking care of yourself? Like, are you there? Like, you good? Like, it was more of a wake-up call. And not that I'm like, it was a good thing, but I'm really grateful that God gave me the chance to see things differently. And also, one thing that I was able to do this week was, outside of listening to my mom's prayers that she sent me on WhatsApp before, because then I'll be like, I can't pray, but maybe God listens to somebody else, doesn't want to hear me. So like, and my mom is more like, is like a preacher, and she's like really into Christianity like that. So sometimes she sends like voice notes of her praying, so I'll just play them. And it was really soothing, because, oh, kid you not, I think that you're always going to be a child. Even at this age, guys, sometimes you just need to hear your parents saying, it's okay. It'll be okay. And that, you know. I know we're raised to be these invincible people, but we're also humans, and sometimes we crash, and that's okay. But, yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, anyway, I was saying, and I'll listen to my mom's prayers, and, you know, it was helping. It was because I felt like I was giving my time to God at that moment, and, you know, I would really meditate in what should be saying or what should be talking about, which she doesn't even know that's what I do with her voice notes. But yeah, but what was it, yesterday or the day before? Today's Friday, so Thursday night, Wednesday night going into Thursday, I'm sleeping, I have this horrible nightmare, right? My husband wakes me up, I go back to bed, I have this horrible nightmare. He wakes me up. The third time he wakes me up, and I'm in the middle of singing, like singing, screaming. And then he looks at me, and then he goes, keep singing. What are you singing? Keep singing the song. I keep singing it. And then I just start crying. I knelt down, and that was the first time I've been able to pray since 2022. I prayed. It was like, yeah. It was that thought in my mind of saying, Juliet, maybe God is just tired of your voice, or like the thought of, you know, all of that didn't matter at that point. I just prayed. And I was like, wow. So maybe I had to go through this for me to learn or to realize certain things, to understand. But like I said, we get pushed down, okay? The devil will come and knock you out of your knees. I kid you not. My son was at the verge of being admitted in the hospital. I was losing my mind, but there was another power that was holding my hand. Obviously, outside of my husband, because he was there through it all. Kid you not, how come he doesn't get tired? But yeah, it helped. This strength that I didn't know where it was coming from, and I couldn't even have a conversation with anybody because I didn't think anybody would understand. You know, when you're going through something that the brain and the mouth are not connected, if someone was to ask you, you wouldn't even be able to explain. That's exactly what was going on. But kid you not, I prayed. And I don't know if people know the song, but I woke up in the middle of the night singing. It's a Methodist song that's called Jesu Ndiye Chingo Yangu. I was singing and crying. And one day, I will actually tell you about that nightmare, because some of you homies were in that nightmare. You think I don't know? You think I don't know what you were doing, ma'am, sir? I know. But at the end of the day, it doesn't work, because I came out. I came out of it. And the Lord He showed his strength. He showed his power. And I also thank God that he gave me a really, really understanding partner, because I think at that moment he realized that it wasn't him that I needed. And he said, keep singing. And I kept singing, and I started bawling, and then I knelt down, and then he said, do you want me to come and pray with you? I said, It's just ride the wave. So he just kept quiet. I started praying, and he didn't say anything else. He listened. That's sometimes you need that. And then another human that has been fighting for me this whole week is my friend Robafadzo Beverly Susanna Mungwari. I am so grateful for you. She doesn't know how much she helped this week, but thank you so much for being there to listen to just things that didn't make sense. You were there through all the ups and downs, the sad, the crying, the tears, the everything. I really, really appreciate you. I really do. So guys, you're not the first and you're not going to be the last. It gets hard sometimes. It's tough. Sometimes it gets hard that you're like, I don't even want to get out of bed. But then what? What do we do? Right? Where do we get that strength from? For me, I think it was just a realization that, Juliet, the strength that you need sometimes is not from a person. There's nothing someone can say. It's not from a person. There's only one person who can give you that level of strength. It was God. Because I was in a war zone, spiritual war zone that people were not seeing. But if the spirit could show bruises, I would be a wounded lion. Yes, because I am a lion. Me, I'm not a lioness. Me, I'm the lion. But I thank God. I really do. So you're not the first, you're not the last. But someone is fighting for you. Even when you're not able to fight for yourself, he's there. He's fighting. Trust me. And yeah, that's my Friday check-in. Any questions, send them my way. I just want to say that I wish everyone the best. I wish you guys to continue taking care of yourselves, your partners, your family members. And mental health is real. Yeah, just saying. It's real. Bye, everyone, and I will see you on the next video.
Oh yes, I'm feeling myself. Blessings come my way. Start the day gyrate. I'm feeling good today. Yes, I'm feeling myself. Pat energy away. Talk my own plantain. You won't come to block my way.